about to tell you is top secret. There's a powerful group of people out there that are secretly running the world. I'm talking about the guys no one knows about, the guys that are invisible. The top 1% of the top 1%, the guys that play God without permission.
I grew up, as a techie, and, a lot of my friends are actually ended up being coders, and some of them were hackers back in the day. And actually, I had some failed attempt at hacking back in college. And so that was part of I was so fascinated with that culture, and even though I was never good at either hacking or coding, I always wanted to tell stories about that.
And as much as it is a show about technical issues and things happening in our world, it's definitely about human beings and interaction and how we relate to each other and how we're kind of isolated and cut off as a result of technology.
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, even when we knew he made billions off the backs of children? Or maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax. Spamming each other with our burning commentary of bullshit masquerading as insight.
This is the thing that I think prior shows and movies got wrong about hacking. There's a lot of social engineering that goes into hacking. It's about finding vulnerabilities and it's literally about human-to-human contact and discovering those vulnerabilities from there, and then being able to get into the system based off that information. The frustration of growing up as a techie and watching shows and movies about hacking was terrible because there was no attempt at authenticity at all. And I really wanted to be accurate as possible.
We hired tech consultants on the show, and I've got to spend time with them as well.
It's an ever-evolving process, and terms are always changing, and it's constantly being updated. So to be accurate is one of the greatest challenges that the writers all face every week.
Don't start the boot sequence. You guys missed one. There's an infected server up and running. What's the ETA before it hits this server?
Hackers tend to be very extreme in their ideology, in whatever they happen to believe. But a lot of it is really based on, protecting their rights and being as free as possible, which I'm a huge advocate for. But one of the things that really inspired the show, or really inspired the character of Elliot, was I went to Egypt right after the Arab Spring, and I was so moved by my cousins who were young and in their in 1920, and they used technology, they used social media to really start this revolution that actually happened, that actually changed their society.
After getting involved with it, so many things started happening in the world that were mirroring what we were actually doing in the show. So, look, it's become a much more relevant and prevalent issue than ever before, and it's growing, and we're sort of all kind of waiting and on the precipice of what the next big hack is actually going to be. We don't know.
Oh, hi.
Elliot, just a tech.